Oh, hello! Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the Goofball Coalition, the comedy podcast where improv, stand-up, and sketch smash in together like, what was that meteor in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico that killed the dinosaurs? They smashed together into the earth, creating an apocalyptic dark cloud that blocks out the sun.
Yeah.
I'm Alex Knight. I'm an improviser, clearly.
Yeah. I'm Sarah Kennedy. I write my jokes down. I'm a stand-up comedian.
I'm Leslie Nesbitt. I also write things in sketch form, so it's a dialogue.
All right, cool. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Goofball Coalition, the podcast that lives where improv, stand-up, and sketch comedy collide. And now, here are your hosts, Alex Knight, Sarah Kennedy, and Leslie Nesbitt.
Cheek-Shaloop is the is the meteor.
Tony Shalhoub's cousin?
Yeah, it's the Chicxulub.
Tony Shalhoub's cousin.
So today, Sarah brought us a delicious 20 pages, is it?
More than that. It's like 28 pages.
A beefy handout that when you take a class at UCB in 2000 what?
14.
And when you take a class in 2014 at UCB, this is the packet you get. And we're just kind of skimming it and wanted to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah. We were cleaning the house the other day and Kelly found this and she was like, do you want to keep this? And I went back through it and I was like, well, I'm not going to be taking classes at UCB in New York in 2014 anymore. And I'm sure they've updated it since then. But It did bring back a lot of memories about how excited I was about being in the same city as a Upright Citizens Brigade theater because they did do so much stuff. They weren't just improv and they weren't just improv and sketch. They even had just a wild array of
stuff,
concept stuff and stuff too. So I got to perform at UCB East a couple times, and every single time I was like Mary Tyler Mooring my hat. Like I was just so thrilled and proud to got to have done that. But it closed, and we've talked about it in past podcasts too. That they had a reckoning, and then now it's kind of reopening. And I have a friend who's on a mod team and that kind of stuff. So that's all been brought back.
As well, just in the start here, the very first page, to say more than 6,000 students take classes every year. It's like, how did they fumble that?
I know, it's wild.
Well, I think all of those comedy theaters fumbled a lot of things.
Yeah.
But we talked about it some other podcast. You kind of have to look that up.
Yeah, there's just going through it. There are so many classes offered, so many like kind of versions of classes and like, truncated classes for people with different schedules and this and that and like electives. And it truly was a comedy college in every way.
Pretty amazing. And so for this episode in particular, I wanted us to kind of bring our attention to, it's really page 10, because it's like all these opportunities for people to, this is just the stuff that they offer. And then underneath it was like shows you can perform at. So even as a student at UCB, they had all these opportunities for people to get on stage. And I just thought it was so interesting considering what we do down on Comedy Corner on both sides. And I don't know, I thought some of them were really neat. So every week in 2014, they had 4 different kinds of improv jams.
Yeah.
And then they had improv and sketch jam on Sundays. And then they had a BYO sketch show that people could just come with a fully formed sketch, sign up and get thrown up on stage to perform the sketch. And that was every Friday.
Yeah, the Soul Glow Jam is one of a diversity showcase with a jam once a week.
Amazing. Yeah. And then on every Tuesday, every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and every Sunday, they had open mics for stand-up too.
And going back to what we talked about last episode, there are sketch classes, there's improv classes, there's no stand-up classes. Because again, really like it is a almost impossible thing to teach because it is so unique. It is such a unique art form. It is so specified to the individual and their voice and everything that it is really hard to give even rules, I think, about stand-up, right?
Yeah.
But they do cater to them in terms of performance, which is really nice.
Yeah, it is neat. I like the idea. We've kind of talked because we want to do a sketch jam. We've talked about wanting to do that where it's like people come and you can at least have like it read live. But I do like the idea too, where it's like if we ended up getting more people who are involved in sketch, and they wanted to bring a fully formed sketch and just do the one for the show, and we just sell tickets for it, and it's hop up and do it, would be kind of neat.
Well, and I really like, it'd be great. They have the competitive sketch show. It's really nice where the audience votes, and then if you do well, you come back the next week or whatever.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Down at the bottom of page 10, and I know it's weird to like, when this goes up on the internet, I'll probably have it underneath us where we'll highlight different parts of it. But the shows that you can perform at are some of them are so cool, and one of them is Cage Match, like you mentioned, which is like they come. They perform against each other. They get voted in or out, and then you get to carry on to the next week and next week and next week, which is cool. Rusty, I think a long time ago, didn't he have an improv cage match or something? He mentioned something about it a long time ago.
We used to do. I mean, I'm talking about when I was still here. We had the gunfight, 2 improv teams, but this one wasn't like one performs and then another vote. It was like, let's do 2 shows at the same time. And
it was a mess. It was 2 long form shows, and so one team would do a scene, and then the other team would do a scene, and at the end you somehow had to see 2 shows at the same time. But again, going back to the weirdness of possibilities, like that was really cool, but that was definitely a lot to ask of our audience.
Right.
It was fun.
It was a good time. These all sound so much fun, like so much fun to do.
There's one in here that I remember wanting really badly to be part of it, and it's the Channel 101, which is basically you just submit a video sketch, and then if they select it, then they just have a night where they show all the video sketches from the month that got submitted to them. And I think we could definitely do something like that, at least in the dry heat side. 5
pilots to that, actually. And one of them did get picked up, and we did a second episode.
So
but
cool.
that was like 15, almost 20 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think at least then it was pilots. It was supposed to be like a pilot for a TV show that is only 5 minutes long.
And then if it got if it showed, you could make the next episode of it for the next month, and you would go until your show got canceled, which was
it is so fun.
I did one called Chocoholics about chocolate addicts at like an AA thing. I did one called Time Assassins about John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald that go back in time and fix. It was very like Republican slanted, like fix wrongs, stopping gay marriage and stuff like that. My Friend Z was one where I'm a zombie friend to like a kid. I don't know. There were some really fun ones. It was a blast doing those.
Yeah, I love that a lot. So I
think it might still be around on channel101.com, and you can. There's shows that have gone on for like I don't know, tons of episodes where they just keep getting voted back. And there's tons of famous people that have gone on from Channel 101 to be on popular TV shows and stuff. It's a nice board.
Blew my mind.
Love that. But then also just doing submit your video sketches would be totally doable too. And then the big one, which is what I'm desperate to cop. They do it for 3 days. It's a 3-day, 24-hour-a-day marathon of improv that happens at the Del Close Marathon. But I want to do just 24 hours of comedy. Just keep it going. And we start like 5:00 one night, and we go until after the end of the 5:00 show the next night.
Yeah,
I'll do a late shift.
Yes. That's what's so cool about the Del Close Marathon is that like at 3 a.m. they start doing like 15-minute shows that are just like a concept that nobody would ever pull out for a full hour, but they just do it so they can get photographed and said they did it and keep the thing going. And
let's try to do it. When would be the best time of year? When would that be actually? I don't know.
I want to do it for our anniversary, for Dry Heat's anniversary, which is at the end of June. And
then it seems like summertime would be better than winter. People don't want to come down at 3 to see something, but they might in the summer.
They might be more able to leave and not be cold.
Yeah. How does that work? You buy a ticket for just the whole event and you can pop in and out whenever you want, or do ticket sales get cheaper as the night gets later?
You could, you can do it that way too, where it's like
the 4 a.m. slot, you pay $8 to come see it.
They have that with the Second City. They do it over Christmas time because it's a fundraiser. So they live stream it too, so people can tune in if they can't go. They can, and it's like fundraising for, I can't remember. I think it's for kids, to help kids.
Oh, that's
something great. Look at that cute dog.
Help kids do what? That's
No,
important.
help them.
Okay, cool. That's vague.
I'm gonna go ahead and Google it.
Hey, I'm helping these kids. Don't ask questions. I like this. The open Michelle. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
The ladies only stand up open Michelle instead of Mike.
Yes.
And then Leslie, this is right up our alley. Every Wednesday evening, 5:30, open mic for characters called "Don't Be Yourself," character-based stand-up exclusively.
How did I forget that? Oh God. I mean, that's how I do it, man. That's the only way.
Yeah, that's our safety right there.
Yeah, safety. It's safety.
I wouldn't mind doing that with dry heat. We can definitely make that happen.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Yes.
So
That would be
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that I thought were just like, man, this is so cool. And also, like, does it seem like it's trademarked? So,
No. I mean, what kind of jerk would be like, no, don't do more comedy?
yeah.
I mean, maybe a big company.
I mean, again, this is from 10 years ago. So
Yeah.
this seems like it'd be up for grabs.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
think it's public domain now. 10 years for
10
comedy.
years for
Yeah.
ideas. So
I did a show in LA, maybe we talked about it, I don't think so, called The Execution. And it was, they auditioned and it was like maybe 10 improvisers. And then they had like 3 judges, Simon Cowell style, that sat in the audience. And each week they would eliminate, based on audience and judge votes, 1 improviser until there was one left or whatever. And
cool.
I don't know, that's
Ooh.
kind of fun. I'm sure you could
Yeah.
do something like that with stand-up as well, an elimination
Yeah.
show.
There was a show that John Pasalacqua, he used to do the Chomps the Cat podcast here.
Mhm.
He had this idea that we wanted to do where it was like you have 3 writers sitting in the audience, then you have a host, and then you have the performer. And what happens is like the writers punch up the jokes and then the host reads them and like basically kind of ribs the writers for what they've written. So like everybody
So
gets
stand-up performs, writers are watching it, they make the jokes better.
Mhm.
The stand-up retells the joke, or the host retells the jokes.
Yeah, it just goes like, oh, they say you could have said this instead, or something like that. And
Yeah,
then
whether they're right
I
or
thought the
wrong.
joke was
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of checks and balances all the way around. But I
Mhm.
don't know. I've never been able to like really wrap my head around how to make that happen in real life. But it
And
does
at
seem
the end,
fun.
someone should critique the MC somehow.
Mhm. Yeah, you
There's,
gotta
there's someone way in the back that's critiquing the MC the whole show.
Right.
And
a
at the
heckler,
end,
just like
Yeah. Oh, there's so many ways, guys. There's so
Yeah.
many ways to do shows.
just kind of Taco Bell. I mean, speaking of the Taco Bell show, yeah, there's all these ingredients for comedy, and it's like, how do we chop them up and use them for different kind of pieces and different dishes?
Yeah. It's exciting.
yeah, I've got let's go to the third segment so I can talk about some stuff that that's weird. You ready?
Okay, cool.
Here we go.
Okay, third segment is where we plug shows and stuff, and I didn't want to do that in the second segment because that's unfair to our listeners.
We can go back if we need to.
Yeah, if we have to.
segment.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
maybe Opus will pick this as the
Okay.
this is the clip that we need to show the internet. Okay, so obviously when this comes out, we're a little bit further ahead in the calendar, but I've got these shows coming up that I'm so excited about because they are so stupid. And one of them, we have 2 MMA fighters that are comedians, and we have multiple comedians that are professional wrestlers. And so we're doing a show that is just called Comedy Fight Night, and it's just all the fighters are the lineup. And then I'm making them all play Rock'em Sock'em Robots against each other. And I'm very excited about that. I think Rock'em Sock'em Robots is a very funny thing to make giant people do.
Where'd you get that Rock'em Sock'em? Is it like it's an old one? from
It's just a
2000?
regular. I got it from Amazon. It's nothing.
Okay. They're still making them.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
And then later that night is the puppet roast, where everybody is making paper bag puppets, and they're roasting the bags are roasting each other, and then whoever loses gets put in a paper shredder. And I think that is very silly and very funny, and I would urge people to come to that.
Yes.
Do you wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh, and then you write these down?
Yeah. Well, the puppet roast was Kelly's idea, actually. And then as soon as she said it,
You
I was
both
like,
are wake up in the middle of the night.
yeah.
What is it?
That one.
What is it? Right. Yeah. I mean, what a fucking treat for you two to run a comedy theater.
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
What a fucking
Shows are
blast.
so fun, man. I hope you're creating like a kind of like the UCB, a history of all the shows you're doing.
Oh,
So
no, they just
Yeah,
go
for your
away.
memoir.
Yeah.
memoir, back when we did the Taco Bell show. It was so stinky,
It was spicy.
spicy, beanie.
Yeah. We have another Taco Bell show coming up January 4th. So
Just to be a weekly show.
yeah, people love Taco Bell, man.
Love it.
It's
They
great. It's a good spot.
What else? Anything else going on?
When are the Doodles going to perform again?
Yeah, that's a cool.
Oh, good question. Hopefully in the new year.
Okay.
We wanted to do a holiday show, but with the schedules and people out of town, and I believe Jill is like full-time student currently. So we were like, maybe we don't stress ourselves out to a holiday show. Maybe in the new year we'll have more time. So I'm hoping, I don't know, March. We still have to write it and get it all together. But
Yeah, yours is still it's the hardest one of the three of our things for sure.
Yeah.
It's the hardest to get it done. You got to get that team together like improv, but like then you also need to like run it through lots of checks and stuff, checkpoints, and booking space and everything, and
yeah, that too. Like we're like, what days? What can we do? What? Yeah. So, once we get it together, it actually happens so fast. So I'll definitely keep you guys on the up and up.
Please.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything important? We've got our shows every Friday and Saturday, 8 o'clock till the end of the year, and then.
Why haven't you come to one yet?
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Come to one, please.
Second Saturdays, come on.
Yeah, second Saturdays are awesome. And then Doug and Kristen just got that grant for second Saturdays, which is so cool. And the Box just got voted best comedy club in New Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nationwide list.
A nationwide list.
Pretty good.
Number 31 on the nationwide list.
I mean, I was about to,
But yeah, that's...
And I think you're looped in there. I think now it's going to be kind of, I think if we want to, we're kind of a coalition even down there. That Comedy Corner is kind of, it is, I would say, its own kind of club. It's, so nice, that shared lobby. Yeah, we offer it all. It's really nice down there. Well, let's keep up. Let's not let, who is it, Hyenas? Let's not let them or Casadas get us and stay ahead of them.
Well, that's my favorite thing about, I think, that's why it's so fun to come up with these like show ideas, is because like
you do that there.
Comedy clubs don't don't do that, and they don't really exist. No, really. I mean, unless you do something like UCB, which I was really inspired by. So I think we have every opportunity to do something that is the only kind of its kind. The only one.
I mean, they've got a good product, and that is like big named people coming through, but that is really their only product. Whereas, you can have all kinds of like chef specials and stuff at your place.
Yeah.
Love it. Cool. Anything else?
No. I think
good job staying alive, listeners, in this world. Yeah.
Good job.
Keep doing
living.
it.
Keep living.
That's really the takeaway, is like, as much the best part about all three of what we do is that it exists just to bring people joy. And that is the best thing we can do.
What a weird mission, but one that is very, I don't know. It's good. Yeah. I don't feel any of us are doing it for, I don't know, the popularity, the street cred. We're doing it because we truly love to make people happy.
Yeah. It's on the list of, in the apocalypse, you still need us.
Yeah.
So you're valuable. I may not wield a chainsaw.
Oh, I'd love you in my bunker though, Leslie. I would love you to be there to just, I don't know, balance out.
That's a future episode we'll do, is we'll just talk about like what we think each of these roles are in like an apocalyptic situation. So
could you imagine though, the funny guy in Walking Dead?
There wasn't really one, was there?
Like,
yeah, they didn't really have that character, huh?
They didn't. They were all
There was
depressed.
not much comic relief in that show or
They were
comic.
too depressed.
Yeah.
I never watched it. All right, friends.
Cool. Love you all. Thank you.
Hey, I love you guys.
Get home safe. That was
Bye.